Max, one more thing to do today.
All right.
It's the college football power poll. And
The most
my
depressing
God,
part of our week.
can we put this out of our misery?
Yeah. Last week we're doing this, please.
Number 12, the Texas State Bobcats. Look, they got one more game. They're going to lose it.
Arkansas State at home.
Arkansas State at home. They're going to lose it. They lost
Yep.
to Troy 40-7 and just looked miserable.
And, as I wrote,
I mean, the youth movement's clearly underway here.
yes, might as well get rolling on it. But as I, the thing I wrote is, all season we've sat there and gone, well, maybe if Tyler Jones isn't your guy, why not give one of the other guys a shot? Well, we saw why. Both quarterbacks, Eddie Prince and
Connor White.
Connor White, yeah. They were 50% passing, 2 interceptions. It was ugly.
It was ugly. They
It was
didn't
not good.
Didn't run the ball. They turned to Tyler Sudzinski at the running back position for the majority of the game. And I mean, overall, we knew this team was under talented or defensively. That showed against a good Troy team. This is a good Troy team, and they're not. I mean, right now, Texas State is not at the point where they can beat good teams. Plain and simple. That's the bottom line of it. Which makes their win over Ohio. I don't know. That will remain one of the great sports mysteries of 2016.
I would just, it was an early season game, and the worst thing that you can have, just ask Texas, is have your signature win be at the beginning of the season.
You're exactly right. Texas is back, folks.
Yep.
Okay. Number 11, UTEP.
Yep.
Where the hell was this? God! Aaron Jones goes nuts. 301 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Ryan Metz very quietly put together a great game.
Yeah,
171
nice.
yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They were able to play enough defense. They were able to force some turnovers.
Yeah.
And they were able to force how many no, actually they weren't. They didn't force any turnovers, but they bent, but they didn't break. They only gave up 300 yards. I know that seems like a lot, but it's really not.
For them, yeah, exactly.
Where was this all year?
Well, but that's the thing, though. We have a few of these, right? We have the UTSA game. We have this game, and you go, well, it's in you. Where was it? The inconsistency. At this point, the inconsistency is the frustrating part.
It's this problem. That's the problem with the entire state of Texas, and especially with UTEP, is that it was just a year of inconsistency. Yeah. Just really bothersome. Great win for UTEP. They're going to finish the year 4-8. They finish the year 4-8. Is that enough to save Sean Kugler's job? Boy, we'll find out. It's been 3 years for Sean Kugler, and 3 years, I think.
I don't know. I feel like the last time we did this, you thought it was 4. You thought it was 3, and it was 4.
Let's see. You're listening to live coverage of
Tradition
me.
Unlike any other.
Looking up. Let's see. He has been the coach since 2013. 13, 14, 15, 16. This is his 4th year.
Yeah.
Okay? This is his 4th year, and his records have been 2-10. Okay, first year. It's okay. 7-6. Great. 5-7, 4-8. It's trending down. So we'll see. I like Sean Kugler a lot. I really enjoyed our conversations we've had, but I don't know. I mean,
that's tough. It's tough to defend.
It's tough, and especially if there are attractive coaches who may be out of work. Who knows?
Maybe.
Number 10, Rice. Look, it was a bad year for Rice. It's a forgettable year for Rice, but I will say they fought. I will say that they fought at the end. Strong. That there are teams on this list who I will say do not have the stomach for the fight anymore. Rice is not one of them. They fought. I think they have found. I will say that I feel like they've got some nice options at quarterback. Jackson Tyner, he did not have a great game throwing the ball, but he gives you a threat on the ground. JT Granado got in and got a little bit of play. They were never going to beat Stanford. Okay, they never were. Christian McCaffrey went for 204 yards in one of his final home game as a member of the Cardinal. That's how it works, right? He's not a Cardinal because they're the color. He's a member of the Cardinal. Anyway, they give up 373 yards on the ground. This is a bad year for Rice. I will say there are signs of improvement, and if you believe in one year carrying over to the other, then the arrow is probably pointing a little bit up for Rice. So, look, it could have gone worse is all I'm saying. Could have gone worse. Number 9, North Texas.
Oh, so close.
Dang it! Dang it, North Texas. Can't you slow down Aaron Jones just once?
Oh, yeah, right. Big ask. I really, you sit here, that Mason Fine injury.
I know. You wonder what it would have done. But, I mean, the bottom line was defense, though. I mean, defense is what doomed them. I mean, Alec Morris was fine in this game. They lose to UTSA or UTEP. They probably miss out on a bowl. I will say that they are in line to get a bowl game at 5-7.
Yeah.
They could get one, which would be, I mean, Seth Luttrell should welcome with open arms because just more opportunities,
more practices,
a bunch more practice, which is what this team needs. Look, overall, we're going to do postmortems on all of these teams a little bit later in the coming weeks, but overall, I mean, it's hard not to consider this year a success. I know it's a sour ending, but it's hard not to consider this year a success for North Texas. It's just disappointing that they had a shot and they missed it. Number 8, SMU. Speaking of missed opportunities. Just, first of all, this game was what? 28-24 at half? Yeah. 28-24, and you're like, all right, SMU's in this, get a couple turnovers.
It really was. They closed the gap to end the first half, and I was like, man, maybe they can hang in here. Maybe they can do this.
Sure.
But the second
half,
my God.
Then they got outscored 47-7 in the second half.
75.
They gave up 75 points. They gave up 500 yards on the ground to Navy. And I know that Navy's a run-first offense, and they run the ball really well, but come on! Ugh.
I'm less...
Ben Hicks had a perfectly freshman game. Yeah. 331 yards, great. 2 touchdowns, great. 2 interceptions, man. The bottom line is they didn't run the ball, and they just had no answer defensively.
We've talked about this on the show before. The biggest thing with Hicks going forward, get out of that redshirt freshman funk, fewer interceptions.
Yeah,
I mean,
because right now, presuming they don't make a bowl at 5-7, which I don't anticipate they will be, he's going to finish the year 2,900 yards, awesome. Okay, 19 touchdowns, great. Awesome. 15 interceptions. You got to bring that interception number down.
You got to cut that in half.
Look, the arrow's still pointing up. If they can retain Chad Morris, then obviously things are pointing up for the SMU program. But again, it's a positive. Like, we're not crapping on the year. It's a great year, but it just feels like a missed opportunity to make it like an awesome year.
I think they feel that way too. I mean, that's they had 2 results especially that they probably should have pulled out, and they'd be in a lot different position, and they know that. We weren't expecting them to win this game.
No, we weren't. It would have been an upset, but still. Number 7, the UTSA Roadrunners.
Finishing strong.
Woo! Woo! Yes! Yeah. Man.
Pretty awesome.
The job, I said it before, the job that Frank Wilson has done in his first year as a head coach, not just at UTSA, as a head coach, is remarkable. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah, and they should, that UTEP game got away. They should have 7.
They should have 7.
It should be a 7-5.
But you know what, man? Dude, Kerry Thomas is a monster at the wide receiver position. They've got some options at quarterback, whether it's Dalton Sturm or whether it's Jared Johnson. And I mean, this is a program that shouldn't be as good as it is. It really shouldn't. But you know what, man? Awesome.
Yeah, especially as later they came into the game with the recruiting.
Yes, this is impressive. Make no mistake, this is an undermanned UTSA team.
What does this team look like with a full year of recruiting?
Oh my God.
Especially behind Frank Wilson, who's known for his recruiting.
Awesome. I'm so happy for them. Yeah. That's
pumped
awesome.
For UTSA.
Yes,
pretty awesome.
Very pumped. Very good. It looks like they're going to the New Mexico Bowl, but a bowl is a bowl is a bowl, and that is huge news for UTSA.
So there's that.
Number 6, Baylor. I mean, look, what do we expect, right? I mean, now I will say that if you are looking for glimmers,
Zach Smith.
You look at Zach
man.
Smith.
He's been looking good.
He's looked good. 30 of 46, 330 yards, 377 yards.
Whatever coach ends
3
up
touchdowns
there,
and interception.
They'll be lacking a lot of things, but I don't think they'll be lacking a good quarterback prospect.
I don't know what's going on with Chuck Linwood. I don't know. I don't really care.
It's clearly something between him and the staff.
Something's weird. Terrence Williams goes for 147 and 2. But look, the defense just stinks. And this is before the Art Briles thing.
Yeah.
Before the Art Briles
Terrence
thing.
Williams very quietly has been a very good running option all year.
For sure. Before the Art Briles thing, we said they were going to have issues in the front 7.
Right.
Well, they reared their ugly head. They reared their ugly head, and then the secondary just got, look, it's Pat Mahomes. It's Pat Mahomes. He's awesome.
He had a Pat Mahomes game as indoor. That helps, Sure. Smoked him.
Speaking of which, number 5, Texas Tech. Pat Mahomes, I want to speak directly to you for a moment.
Please don't leave. Please don't leave.
I am a consumer of football in the state of Texas.
Please don't go.
Please stay for one more year.
Stay.
You're too much fun.
Yeah.
You're too much fun.
Yeah.
586 and 6.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to lead the nation in passing. I mean, holy cow, man! And this is with. I mean, go look at their top receivers and tell me who's leaving. Okay. Yeah. The cupboard's coming back full. The defense stinks. We know the defense stinks. The defense will stink into perpetuity.
Yep.
Pat Mahomes. And I love Nick Shemenek. Love Nick Shimnick from Course Cannon Mildred. Love him. Pat Mahomes, please, one more year.
But you really like Jed Duffy, too.
I really like Jed Duffy, too. I like all their quarterbacks, but Pat Mahomes is so much fun. Come on. As simply a consumer of football in Texas.
We've been spoiled.
Please.
Yeah.
They finished 5-7. Number 4, Texas. Look, that stinks. We didn't think they were going to win.
Nope. Didn't think it would be that ugly.
Didn't think it would be that ugly.
Yeah.
Didn't think they were going to win. They're moving on. And, I mean, that game's a lot worse than it looked. That game was really close for a long time. TCU blew it open at the end. But, look, this is a forgettable year for Texas. They want to get out of 2016 as quickly as possible, and they're going to get their wish. And now they got a new man at the helm in Tom Herman, and hope springs eternal in Austin. Number 3, TCU. On the other side, I mean, look, the defense played spectacular. And I think it's safe to say, remember at the beginning of the year when we were really worried about this defense has matured.
Right.
This defense has grown.
It's gotten better.
Gelled.
Like you'd expect a Gary Patterson team to be
better
on
every
defense.
Week.
Yes.
And the name of the game was running. Running game was fantastic. Their leading rusher, believe it or not, was Darius Anderson because he had that long 70-yard touchdown run.
Barely
but they were able
after.
to. The offensive line blew up some holes late, but the story of this game was defense. They were able to hold down Dante Foreman to just 165 yards. Yeah. Great win for TCU. They're 6-5. They're now bowl eligible. They'll get one more win, or they'll get one more game against Kansas State Saturday. Number 2, Texas A&M. What's Trevor Knight doing in that game? He's clearly not right. And I guess what the decision that Kevin Sumlin and that staff made was that a 70% Trevor Knight, and I think that's being generous.
Yeah.
A 70% Trevor Knight is better than 100% Jake Hubenak. It's a senior thing.
I think it's not. I think it's that plus what he can do with his legs versus what Hubenak can do with his legs. Agreed. Because when they were most successful this year, it's because Trevor Knight did something with his legs.
But let's be real. I mean, the offensive woes here are a little bit secondary.
Yeah.
Okay.
The defense is,
defense got torched.
Yeah.
Defense gave up 622 yards. They gave up 324 or 298 yards on the ground. Most of it to Darius Geis, their backup running back.
Not even Fournette.
I understand if it's Fournette. Fournette's a monster. Darius Geis?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's no Joe Schmo or anything.
But dude, it was they were running the same 4 plays. Yeah. I'm watching the whole game on Thanksgiving. And it was the same 4 plays. Yeah. And then, I mean, it's not like they had any answers in the passing against pass either. Etling went for 324 and 2. His defense, and I mean, honestly, I wonder how embarrassed John Chavis feels. Now, look, it's pretty clear Myles Garrett's not right.
Yeah.
He's hurt.
Since about midseason on,
Since about midseason. And that maybe changes the game a little bit. But 54 points to an LSU team on their backup running back that's not known for their big offense that just got held to, 3 points against Florida?
Right.
It's discouraging. They finish 8-4. They'll go bowling. And number 1, Houston.
Speaking of quarterbacks, I wish we could keep around another year.
Please stay Greg Ward Jr. Like,
can we petition the NCAA for another year of eligibility
on the basis of being fun,
being awesome?
Look, I'll miss Greg Ward Jr. I mean, this is a Houston team that will go down in Texas football history as one of the what ifs.
Yeah, I feel like it's funny though. Like for Houston, both
Greg Ward Jr. threw the ball 67 times.
I know. Houston both overachieved and underachieved this year.
Oh yeah,
somehow.
They found it. They found a way.
Yeah.
They found a way. They ended up losing to Memphis to finish 9-3, and it just stinks because they beat the 2 best teams on their schedule, and then they lost to Memphis, SMU, and Navy, and it's going to cost them a shot at the conference championship. And now their coach is gone. I mean, look, they're going to get a great coach. We mentioned that in the earlier segment. They still got a bowl game. They can still get 10 wins, but this just feels like what could have been.
Yeah,
could have been. So that is our college football power poll. Number 12, Texas State. Number 11, UTEP. Number 10, Rice. Number 9, North Texas. Number 8, SMU. Number 7, UTSA. Number 6, Baylor. Number 5, Texas Tech. Number 4, Texas. Number 3, TCU. Number 2, Texas A&M. And number 1, Houston.